Evening, guys.
Good evening, sir.
Hi, sir.
Okay, sorted. I think I'm sorted. Yeah, good. Oh, nice to see everybody. Sit up. Killing it. Take one. And raise your right hand and recite the tenets. Shijok, courtesy, integrity, perseverance, self-control, indomitable spirit. And the student oath. Yasok, I shall observe the tenets of Taekwondo. I shall respect the instructor and seniors. I shall never misuse Taekwondo. I shall be a champion of freedom and justice. I shall build a more peaceful world. Motto. Okay. I was talking with some of the senior guys last night, and one of the things that I recommend for you during lockdown, because while you're at home, you're not so stuck in having other people watching and stuff, a really cool way to work on your push-ups is every hour on the hour, 10 push-ups. So wake up in the morning, 10 push-ups, 7 o'clock, 10 push-ups, 8 o'clock, 10 push-ups, all the way through the day. So some of you, who's been doing that today? Oh, who forgot? Wow, that's terrible. We've got to get into that, because by the time you get to black belt, you want to comfortably be able to do 50 push-ups at someone else's count. Okay, and now when we're at home and you haven't got people watching you at school and stuff, is a really good way to get into that 10 push-ups every hour. So let's get into, everyone can do that over the course of this week and see how we go over the next one. While we're in lockdown, so maybe 3 or 4 weeks, we'll see how lucky we are. Get started today. We're going to do some work. Rotating wrists. Change direction. Elbows. Change direction. Arms back. Forwards. Feet are shoulders apart, torso. Left ankle. Change direction. Change foot. That's my glasses off yet, actually. Change direction. Hands on knees. Down. And back. Down. And back. Down. Back. Down. Back. Down. Back. And knees outwards. And inwards. Hips. Change direction. and shot. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of an exercise routine. So first, we're going to go through the different exercises so everyone knows how to do them. Although we've done a lot of these in class before, we're just going to go through some of the technical stuff. So first one, hands up by your brain. When you make, it's not quite a parallel stance here. Your feet can turn outwards a little bit. And then from here, we squat down until we're 90 degrees this way. So not just to here. This is not a squat. It's down to here, but also not all the way down like this. Okay, so from here, we squat down to 90 degrees and then stand back up again. When you squat, you stick your bum out first. Try and keep your torso as upright as you can and then stand up. So we're not leaning over like this. This is not the right exercise. It's for the legs. Squatting down and standing up. So just try a couple of those. Do your own squats, Jess. Cool. Okay. Next exercise from there is crunches. So I'm sitting down on the ground, legs bent, feet as flat on the floor as you can. Touch your ankles. And then from here, curl back and come back up and touch your ankles again. Just curve the back and roll in and up. Okay, so there's your crunches. Don't put your hands behind your head. Just keep your hands onto your ankles, naturally roll back, and then roll forward. Keep that curl in your back. So you keep your tummy engaged. Cool, that's number 2. Okay, the third exercise. Line our back, put our feet straight up in the air. Your hands can just relax. And all we're doing here is using the lower part of our abdomen to lift the hips off the ground a little bit. So we're curling up the bottom part of the abdomen. That's a really tiny movement, but you should feel it in your lower abs, the last bottom 2 to get that 8-pack. So try that. So you're just curling the lower part of your abdomen. Don't go too fast. Don't swing your legs. It's all about using your lower abdomen, not about using your legs. Okay, don't swing the legs, just use your tummy muscles. Lovely, Kelsey. Nice. It's only going to lift a couple of centimeters. It's all that matters. You're not trying to lift your hips way off the ground. Okay, next one is push-ups. Try and keep your neck and head straight. Keep your body nice and straight, but you don't want to be dead straight like this because then your back's actually sagging. You want to tuck your core, your tummy muscles in nice and strong. From here, bend down so your nose touches the floor and then up again. Keep that body nice and straight. If you're doing it on your knees, then you bring your toes up behind you and drop down and push back up again. Okay, so that's the motion for push-ups. You've got to keep that tummy engaged. Don't let your back sag. It's got to be strong. Okay, cool. Okay, next one. For this one, you turn your belt to the side because you're going to be lying on the ground on your stomach. Oh, it's comfy so far. Now from here, I'm going to use my back, tighten my back up to lift my legs and my torso off the ground. Okay, away you go. So lie flat on the ground and then lift your legs and torso up. And then back down again. Then after that, there we go. We're going to hold our plank for 45 seconds. Same sort of position as your push-up. Tummy nice and tight. So bottom down. But again, not flatten the body because you don't want your back to sag. You've got to keep those abdomen nice and tight and pull your tummy button up towards your chest. Okay, that's it. That's our routine. Are we ready? We're going to do 20 of each. So, squats first. Ready, 20 squats, go. You might want to just stay in time with me. Now our crunches. And go. Okay. Once you've done 20 of those, want to do our pelvic lifts. 20 of these. If you're not feeling those, you might not have the technique right. Okay. Push-ups. Everyone's ready for push-ups? Great. 20 of these. Okay, now back arches. Go. And then 45 seconds at a plank. 3, 2, 1, go. Keep that core nice and tight. That's 15 seconds. That's 30 seconds. And relax. Okay, nice. Round one done. Ready for round two. Squats first, go. If I miscount, I just do an extra 1 or 2 just in case. Oh. Okay. Crunches. Go. Okay, pelvic lifts. 20, go. Okay, push-ups. 20, go. Nice. Okay, back arches. 20, go. And ready for plank. 3, 2, 1, go. 20 seconds. Ten more seconds. Relax. Okay, it was round 2. Ready for round 3. Okay. Squats. Go. Ready for crunches. And 20, go. So don't come all the way up with the crunches, just until you touch your ankles. After that, you're not really working your abdomen anymore. Okay, legs straight up, pelvic lifts, 20, go. Getting ahead of us, Isabel. Okay, after your pelvic lifts, push-ups. Go. Now your back arches. Go. Okay. And ready for plank. 3, 2, 1, go. That's 30 seconds. And relax. Grab a drink. Good work. Okay. For the next 5 minutes, I want you to work on one fundamental movement for your grade. So find one that's a little bit tricky that you want to practice, and initially, you're just going to do it slowly. So for example, if I'm green belt doing dolemio maki, adjust my positions. You can unmute and ask questions. Just feel that you're getting it right. Do the same side a number of times. Speed up as you get more comfortable. And then once you're comfortable, do left, right, left, right. Okay, so do the same side multiple times. Pick one technique from your grade. I don't care what technique it is. Unmute and ask questions. Go. Choose something a bit more challenging. That's it, Aiden. It's a good choice. Dr. Y, just pause when you finish and check in the screen that your bottom hand is flat. At the moment, it's up a bit with your wrist bent. So just make sure it's flattened down and that your fingertips line up. Okay, so check that in the screen. So flatten that bottom hand. Lockie, make sure you're using 2 hands for that punch. And remember in your pattern, it slides. You might not be doing it for your pattern now, but in your pattern, slide one shoulder width doing this into a fixed stance.
So I do know, I'm just going from the punch into the...
Great. Cool. Awesome. So Nate, with this one, your elbow for the bottom hand is tight against your body and your arm is flat. Your top hand then comes over the top. It's also flat from elbow to fingertip, and your fingertips line up this way. So from here, now your bottom hand doesn't twist. Your top hand does kind of a half twist. So just do this first. Then check in the mirror, in the screen. Oh, I'm overreaching. This way. Check that you're nice and flat. Kelsey, question.
You already know, sir. For the side turning kick, before okay, hold up. Let me just show you because I'm confused. Because like when I go like this, is my foot facing down or like up?
Yeah, good question. So side piercing kick. Here's the position of your foot.
Okay.
So if I then rotate my hip, it's now in the right position to do my side piercing kick without changing the ankle position.
All right.
Okay, does that make sense? So your ankle position is the same as for your side piercing kick. Good. In your dolemio maki, Miss M, try not to lean. So don't lean forward when you're doing this. Keep your body upright this way. All right, so just bend with your back, with your legs. Use your knees to bend, not your hips. Okay, that's it. Try not to bend your waist. Down, up, down. Down, up, down. Keep my torso up and down. That's better, yes. Other machine, good. Or you want to try and stop it a little earlier if you can, rather than coming all the way down here. That's a challenge. Mr. W, good to see you doing both sides. Even though you only do one side of the pattern, that's good. Jerry, when you're doing your kick, you either relax your arms out at the sides like this or relax them up by your brain. You're a bit tense and close like this. Just let them relax and open out a little bit. So your upper body's relaxed. Cool. Nina, this back fist, sit down in your finished position. So it's this way. Okay, so that's it. Extend that striking arm forward a bit, and it's eye level. So it's just like it is in L stance or in walking stance for Dosan. It's the same movement. But now you're half facing in your stance here. So your strike is towards the camera, but your body's facing this way a bit on an angle. So I'm not sideways like this with my shoulders tense. I'm half facing this way with both of my feet facing 45 degrees. That's it. Jess, from here, palms up. It's a tricky movement. Palms up here, you circle back. This one comes up here, and then you go forward this way. Come back to your hands in front of your chest, circle back, forward this way. In front of chest, circle back, forward. Circle back, forward. Bottom hand doesn't twist. Top hand does a half rotation only, really. From here, sideways to here, palm down. Come on, Nate and Jess. You don't get to sit on the couch just because you're at home. Get up and train. Jeepers. So Jess, look in your screen and check that your top hand and your bottom hand line up. Check that your top and bottom hands line up. That's it. Okay, and that bottom hand's got to be flat, not up like this with your wrist bent. Flat down here this way.
So this might be a dumb question, but when I do the kick, it is facing directly 45 degrees. When I do the kick, it goes the whole way around, right?
Yeah, so my bending stance, my knees pointing sideways here, but then when I do my kick, it's going straight towards the target this way, yes.
Okay, I was just checking for the foot that's on the floor.
Ah, right, yes. So the foot that's on the floor, when I do my bending stance, it's pointing sideways here. And when I do my kick, it points 75 degrees behind me. So yes, it has to pivot. So I'll do it sideways for you. So I'm kicking that way. So here, my foot's facing here. When I lift up to load, it points that way, and then I extend out.
All right,
and then you track back to the same position, hands in front of chest, guarding block. Cool, good question. It's a good one to work on, Elijah. So Elijah, with this one, you don't want power, you want speed. So it's quick, but it doesn't hit hard. It arcs over and down. It's called a hooking block because your block from here arcs over and down, over and down. When you cross, it actually is sideways, not back fist. It's this way. So it's only doing half a turn. From here, 1, up and over, down 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Hands in front of chest. 1, 2. Hands in front of chest. 1, 2. That's it. Cool, Elijah. Don't worry so much about hooking your hand this way. Just keep your wrist straight. Wrist not hook down like this. Just keep your wrist straight. I'll go forward to the white background. Here. Just here, this way. It's not actually a grab. It's preparing to grab, Elijah. So you're not grabbing the hand like this. You're just getting ready so you can grab. Okay. And come on, grab a mouthful of water. Okay. Next 5 minutes, maybe 8 minutes. Have you got a question there, Isabel? Or if you have, just unmute and ask. Oh, just your hand being up. Are you doing that to Toby? Oh, I was just checking. Okay. So now for the next 5 to 8 minutes, I want you to go through your pattern. So start gently, feel the movements, and think about what they're doing, and make sure that what you're doing is going to work. After you've done it once slowly like that, working through the movements, then go through full power. Remember, when you're doing it in a confined space, if you run out of room, don't make little bitty stances so they can fit. Make full-size stances and then adjust if you need to. Come back to the movement, then do the next one. Okay, so full-size stances, no half stances, then adjust your position to do the next one. Okay, where you go. If you've got any questions, you can ask. Jerry, you can just unmute to ask a question if you want to.
Oh, no, sorry. It was just this thing. Never mind about that. I've got it now. Thank you.
Okay. So 4-direction punch and 4-direction block, getting ready for grading.
Sir?
Yes, Mr. West.
So when coming from the side kick, it goes to knife hand, side strike, punch, punch, and then what's the movement where you spin around? I forgot.
Knife hand guarding block.
Oh, sorry, the movement after the knife hand guarding block.
Straight fingertip thrust.
All right, thank you, sir.
And then a spot turn to do a knife hand guarding block the other way.
2 turning kicks. Yeah.
Cool. Nice, Nina. That looks good. When you do that bending stance, Nina, make sure you're doing a block with your hands. So you're a block with your hands when you do bending stance. Let me show you from here. If I'm doing bending stance, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so after your elbow here, 1, 2, 3. So block with the hands as you drop down and pull that foot back ready to kick. Pull your toes back ready to kick. That's it, lovely. Emily, watch your shoulder angles and your walking stances. Remember in Chonji, it's all walking stance punches. The first half of the block's a walking stance, the second half they're an L stance, but all of the punches are in walking stance. So long stance, hips and shoulders straight, shoulder width apart on your train tracks. The L stance, the inner forearm middle block is an L stance. That's different. But all of the punches, long, strong walking stances. Two hands there, Liam. Liam, come back to your slide punch. Now from here, cross and strike. So it's going to be 2 hands this way. Cross and strike. That's it.
Do we have to do this repeatedly?
Sorry, yep, away you go.
Do we have to do this repeatedly?
Sorry, what was the question?
do we have to do this repeatedly? Like,
Oh yeah, do it a couple of times. Yeah, work through it a few times. Toby, that strike is in front of you, not over to the side like this. The upper elbow strike is to your front. So in fact, it's technically to your side front because it's in line with your shoulder. That's it. So from your knife hand guarding block, change to full facing, strike straight up. Don't twist your hips. Keep your shoulders and hips straight. You're full facing in this position. Jess, yes, far away.
Me and Nate never fully learned our patterns. Oh no, we did, but we've gotten.
That's what I'm here for. Okay, so Jungun, do it with me. So you guys go down the back. I'll turn my back so that I'm facing the same way as you. Remember, L stance, reverse knife hand side block. Front kick, side front kick technically. Step one, shoulder width, hands together, palm upward block. And rear foot stance. Now go the other way, turn all the way around, backward step turn clockwise. Same thing, reverse knife hand, side front snap kick, rest, foot stance, palm upward block. Now from here, my left foot is going to move towards the way I face to start, knife hand guarding block. Then move the front foot into walking stance and do an upper elbow strike. So striking under the chin, full facing, walking stance. Then do that again, knife hand guarding block. And full facing, upper elbow strike. Now stepping forward, walking stance, twin fist vertical punch. So I've now got my left leg forward, left walking stance, twin fist vertical punch. Step forward again, twin fist upset punch in a right walking stance. Now I'm doing a spot turn, bringing my right foot to my center line and do X fist rising block, facing the other way. That's it. Now I'm going to move my left foot to the side and do an L stance back for side strike. Then from here, I shift to walking stance, drop down and release, then straight away come up for a fast motion high punch. That release, by the way, works really well. Step together, bring your left foot back to the right foot, and then step the right foot out, go the other side. Back fist, release, release in a high punch and fast motion. Right foot comes back to left foot, step back towards the beginning, do a walking stance, double forearm high block. So same as the end of your block, eye level. Now I'm going to move my front foot to make an L stance to an L stance side punch. This is single foot shifting. Right leg, no bending stance, side piercing kick. And then walking stance, double forearm high block. Walking stance, same as you've got, double forearm high block, that's it. Now move that front foot to make an L stance punch. And then the left middle side piercing kick with high punch. And then down into L stance forearm guarding block. Now I'm going to move my front foot to make low stance palm pressing block. Low stance palm pressing block. Now step forward and do an L stance forearm guarding block. Do the other side. Front foot moves, low stance palm pressing block. Low stance is the length of your foot longer than a walking stance. Now step forward and turn to face that way to do an angle punch. Slow motion. Okay, so this is in line with your badge. Then from here, step this way for a U-shaped block and fixed stance. And then step foot to foot and go the other way. Too good. Bring the left foot back to your ready position. Okay. And come on. Any questions? Please come forward. Yes, ma'am, where you go?
Question for the finger, for the front finger thrust.
Flat fingertip thrust. Sorry, the straight fingertip thrust. Yep.
Am I half facing or am I front facing?
Full facing. Full facing. Good question. Yep. Full facing straight to the middle. Okay. One thing that I want to draw or remind you about while we're focused on this, grab a drink while I show you. On our website under members, remember you've got syllabus sheets and resources. And scrolling down here, you've got syllabus videos for your grade. So for example, blue belt here. There's a warm up there if you want it. To start with, there's fundamental movements for fourth cup. So that's all your new movements that you need to know. There's 2 different videos showing you the pattern Jungun with Master Rimmer from Tauranga. Then we've got a bit about your one-step sparring, a quick overview of one-step sparring. So a whole lot of stuff that you need to know for that grade demonstrated by video there. Okay. So make sure you get into that. Okay. Oh, sorry. Madeline, I just saw your question here, the foot position for the palm upward block. So you're in rear foot stance for that. I'm going to change my angle. Madeline, can you see where, oh yeah, you're there. Cool. Okay. So I'm in rear foot stance. So if I start in parallel stance, facing sideways this way, then my front foot turns towards you. It's angled 25 degrees, and the front toe lines up with the center of my back foot. My heel is slightly off the ground. My front heel is slightly off the ground. This is a rear foot stance. So it's technically one shoulder width from the back foot sword to the front toes. Practically, it can be a little bit longer than that. Because again, for short, squat people, that works really well. But when you're taller and skinnier, you need to be a little bit longer. About a big fist in between your heels is an approximate way to think about it, or a little bit more than a fist space. So, and then bend both of your knees. Most of your weight on your back leg. This is rear foot stance. Okay, any other questions? No. Okay. Quick. If you've got a chair close by, bring it in. If you haven't got a chair both close by, you're going to do the same drill without a chair. Just nice and quick, bit of fun to finish off. This is your imaginary opponent for free sparring. If you haven't got a chair, you can use an imaginary opponent. We're going to use a chair imaginary opponent. So with this chair, I'm going to move around, just throw my different techniques for free sparring. Imagining this is my partner. There you go. Just lightly move around, throw your different techniques. Make sure you're extending your kicks, nice and light. Move around, breathe, working on your footwork as much as anything. Foot angles, that's it. If you have 2 of you, you can just gently and lightly free spar each other if you're both comfortable, but make sure you're slow and safe. So you're not running into any walls. So just lightly and gently. Extend your techniques, reach out, just gently touching. Get a little closer with those kicks, Zach. Extend out, that's good. The chair's your opponent, you got to touch the opponent. Yeah, that's it, nice. Good, try and keep your guard up, keep nice and tight. And come on. Okay, put your chair away, grab a drink. Sitting down, left leg out, right leg over the top, and twist and stretch. If you do want to train tomorrow, you've got a couple of options. You are welcome to come along to the 5 o'clock class. It'll be focused on real basic stuff for white belts largely and yellow stripes. Alternatively, do one of the recorded classes. And then, of course, we're back here at 6 o'clock on Thursday. If you want to train on Saturday, there's also our class at 11 o'clock on Saturday, 11 to 12. Lots of options for training at the moment. While we're not so worried about size differences and things like that, you're welcome to come along to different classes and join in. They'll just be focused at the level of the students that the class is targeted for. And change legs.
Can I ask for this stretch? Do we have to like bend forward or like sideways or like?
Good, quick. No, just sit up as tall as you can. It's a rotational one rather than a lean. So sit nice and tall and just rotate your hips or rotate around. Yeah, rotate your torso. That's it. And both feet out to the front. In fact, actually, we'll modify this. Just put one leg out to the front. Tuck the other leg in. We'll stretch one leg at a time tonight. Reach up nice and tall, and then lean forward into that straight leg. So you can just focus on that straight leg. Liam, oh, sorry, Liam, I think you have a question. It's okay, you're just stretching. While you're doing that, I'm just going to check whether my other class is finished recording. Converting, no, it hasn't. Okay. So here you're trying to get your tummy button down onto your leg, not your chest or your head. Trying to get your tummy down. So you can keep your head up forward.
The foot's facing up, right?
Correct, yeah, your foot facing up to the ceiling. Okay, and change leg. So we'll do our best while we're in lockdown to work through stuff that we can work on in lockdown. Clearly, it's a bit harder to do things like free sparring and pad work and things like that. But we can certainly work on technical stuff for individual movements. We can work on sine wave. We can work on step sparring alone. So there's a lot of stuff we can do. Our patterns are a little bit restricted, but we can still make sure we're confident with the content. Don't be afraid to unmute and ask questions. So ideally, we want to get to the stage where everyone coming back out of lockdown is better than they were coming in. Make sure you're using your training notebook and your syllabus handbook. So reading through that stuff offline, writing notes down for what you learn in class. You should all have written down your goal for the term and your goal for the year. And now both legs out. Breathe in and out. Thank you guys for being on at 6 o'clock. With the class finishing at 6 and a class starting 6 via Zoom, it sometimes takes me a couple of minutes to do the changeover. So I apologize that I might be in a couple of minutes past, but please try and be here for 6 so that I can let everybody in at the same time. Heels in. Push your feet, your knees down towards the floor. You can lean forward with this one and try and get your tummy button down. Just push your knees down. They're both very effective. You want to make sure that your knees are being pushed downwards. Hello, Emma.
He's a bit shy again, sorry.
Yeah. Okay, now turning sideways. Lie on your back, stick your feet straight up. Extend your trousers and grab the ends of your trousers. And then open your legs out. So holding your trousers will help you to keep your legs straight. Most importantly, pull your toes back and push your heels out. That'll help you to keep your legs straight here and just let your legs hang open. You want to have your trousers down past your calves here. Get them up by your knees. They're not going to help you keep your legs straight. Pull them slightly back towards you. As I've said before, this is a really great stretch to do with your bum against the wall and your feet up against the wall. Ask permission first and put little towels behind your feet so that you don't dirty the walls.
Again, and this is our feet pointing up.
Your feet for this one are actually, well, yes, you pull back, not pointing up, but they're pulled back towards you. Yeah, so your toes are pulled back as close towards your head as you can. If you can do this with your bum against the wall, it's a great way to read a book. And just relax. Lift your feet up. Bend your legs. Relax. And squatting down. Lean over one foot. The stretch is for the lower part of your calf and your Achilles. So notice my feet are about a shoulder width apart, and then I'm leaning on one foot. Straight over my toes. If you've got flexible calves, you may not feel this very much. We'll try and keep the heels on the floor. And then the other side. Okay, now hands on the floor, feet back, legs straight, keep one leg straight, bend the other one, and then lean forward to stretch your calf of the straight leg down here. And the other leg. And relax. Now, one of the stretches we do in class for the iliopsoas is we do that big lunge, let the back heel come off the floor and stretch the back hand up to the sky. You can either do that, or if you've got a soft floor or a cushion, we're going to do a variation of that with that back knee on the floor. So same motion, but I put my back knee on the floor to do the stretch. So only if you've got a soft surface for your knee. If you haven't, do it standing up. Lunging forward, extending that hip out. Then from here, if you've got knee on the ground, you can reach back and grab your foot. If not, stand up and do your normal quadriceps stretch. So the stretch for the quadriceps of that bent knee. It's a really nice way to get a good quadricep stretch. See, I'm grabbing my ankle rather than my foot. Takes a bit of pressure off your knee. Okay, and the other side. Iliopsoas first. Lunge into it. Try to keep the torso upright, push the hips forwards. Reach back and grab that foot. Grab the ankle more precisely. Stretching your quadriceps. Or stand up. And relax. Standing up. Turn to the left and tidy up. Thanks, guys. I hope you got something out of class tonight. And there's plenty of read and follow up on while we're doing lockdown. I'll look forward to seeing you on tomorrow if you want to do the kids class with me, or Thursday at 6 o'clock. Tomorrow's 5, Thursday 6. Thanks, guys. Come in. Take on. Hassan. Thanks, guys. Good work.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you, sir.
See you soon. Make sure you're writing some notes.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Good night. Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good night.